Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with Mark. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. This is Derrick Henry. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first down carry for Henry. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. And he fires one that's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. That's now a second interception in as many weeks from his
employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And he'll be out of bounds, able to take this one down to the 20-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Come back, come back.
Here's Watson now on second down. Caught left side, Hopkins. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Gun, Watson. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
He's going to get it running right. And he is out of bounds here. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal.
The offense thought they had something going there on 2nd down, running wide, but the defense had it all figured out. The runner stretched for the pylon, but he didn't quite get there. That brings up a big 3rd down.
Here's Miller. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Lamar Miller hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Dion Lewis, the first carry for the expatriate. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Mariota hands to Henry. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player as well as a physical specimen.
And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. Yeah. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Tiger! Black 99 Watchman.
On second down, here's Watson. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. Back to throw, Watson. Setting up the screen for Miller. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
1st down, Mariota. And Matthews makes the ground. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Mariota now. Escaping the pressure right. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And the Texans set to come onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Brian Orakpo in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. From the gun, here's Watson. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Cliff Averill in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Going to need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. It's Watson, and he's going to go down again. Cliff Averill in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
Well, certainly some teams are not intimidated by down and distance on defense, are they? 3rd and very long? Let's go get this guy again. Big-time pressure.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle, 1st and 10, right at the 30. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
Mariota gives to Henry. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Mariota dumps it off to Lewis. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. 23 yards on the play.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
To throw Mariota. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Christian Covington able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. from the shotgun. It's Mariota. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The four-time All-Pro, J.J. Watt. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. And still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Tennessee field goal unit led by Ryan Succop. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Succop will put this one right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And here comes the Texans now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And credit the tackle to Cliff Avril.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
To throw on second is Watson. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Following the interception here, Mariota over the middle. That's caught by Taylor. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage because man coming out on the other end.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. Number 6. Ryan Succop on for the point after. Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here. So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Brian Orakpo in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? So we reach, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now a first down throw, Watson. Dancing to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson, a deep ball for Ellington. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Brian Orakpo in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Here's Shane Lechler now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the 3rd. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
23 yards on the play.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And Matthews has it right side. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
A give to Henry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Titans on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. They just get the play off. Now Mariota. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now it's Watson. Griffin's got it, middle of the field. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Come back, come back.
On first down, Watson dumps it complete to Miller. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first.
Richmond, Richmond. Tiger.
Watson now. From the gun, he'll throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Come back.
On first down, it's Watson. Underneath for Miller. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On first and 10, Watson. He's got Fuller. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Watson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10. To the air yet again, Watson. Flushed out right. There he goes inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Now Watson. Caught. It's Ellington. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Back to throw, Watson. Setting up the screen for Miller. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's up to 7 for 7 now on this drive alone.
Richmond, Tiger.
From the red zone now, Watson. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Come back.
Throwing again is Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Griffin. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Richmond.
Back now here on EA Sports. The Texans on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Watson looks to throw again. And it's caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Texans have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
1st down, Mariota. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Taylor. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. From the gun, Mariota. And Davis with it left side. And he'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Tennessee getting the 1st down on a big play of 18 yards.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Throw right side, caught by Davis. A very solid gain of 27.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Mariota now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go. 3.
They'll run it again with Henry. Oh, he trucked him. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 1st down, Titans, gain of 12.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now they'll run with Lewis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. He may try and run for this. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and pick it up with Lewis. Going absolutely nowhere. He'll wind up losing a yard or 2. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the 1st downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. And that's a loss of 7 on the 1st down play.
Richmond.
On second down, here's Watson. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. From the gun, here's Watson. It's hauled in by Ellington. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one goes for 36 yards. Going to throw it here. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a second down and 12. Watson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. As the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. Third and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction. Now Watson. He's going to air one out. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. That goes for a gain of 31. He'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Lewis. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. And this one incomplete. And all that remains is 13 seconds. The Titans on third down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a first down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.